So this is awkward, but there is no line that says God bless us everyone. So yeah, great start here.
Hello, movie lovers, and welcome to episode 26 of our Christmas Carol reviews. If you have not been following us, be sure to click that link in the description so you know how we are grading this and how it's all working. And you can also check the other reviews on my channel. The link actually leads to the playlist that you can watch all of them. But for today, we are talking about the 2012 A Christmas Carol. And let me tell you, they got what they wanted. This one was billed to be the darkest adaptation of A Christmas Carol that has ever been created, and they really did that. They really went on the ghost side of it, really creeped people out. I was actually creeped out myself, and I don't do that very often when I watch movies. But anyway, let's get into parts of it. When we get to the actual Scrooge character following the book, 5 out of 5, really followed it. Bad Scrooge, it was really dark. And there was no like emotion with all of it, not even with the other people around him. Everyone seemed almost like depressed while they watched it. It really didn't work, and Scrooge himself didn't have any sort of change for everybody else. He really looked like he fit with everybody, like they would all get along. So everything with the bad Scrooge didn't work very well. So a 3 out of 10 on that one. Then we get to the good Scrooge. Like I said, this was a very dark, demented movie. When he got to good Scrooge, he wasn't good. Like, he wasn't good. He still had the evil, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he was saying, you should get the Christmas turkey and take it to Bob Crash, blah, blah. But the tone was still evil. There was no change there. I had to give it a 1 out of 5 on that. And the transformation, there was no transformation. He was dark the whole time, and he was angry the whole time. So 2 out of 10 on that one, giving this Scrooge an 11 out of 30. We move on to Marley. I followed the book pretty well. 4 out of 5 on that, but the interpretation was not good at all. First off, Marley's sitting here saying all of his lines about chains and everything, and there's no chains. There's a chain sound effect, but there's no chains around it, and it didn't work, and the effects were and I'm pretty sure at some point there was a fly flying around the microphone. There was a buzzing sound 3 or 4 times, and only from one shot. So it's like they only got it from this one take, and they decided to use that take. Almost like, and no offense to you that love this movie, but if like Tommy Wiseau was directing it, I mean, if that was it, was like, oh, it's fine. It's fine. Well, we'll just give it. No one's going to notice. Yeah, we kind of noticed. Okay, so the interpretation on that one was a 2 out of 10. So a 6 for Marley. Ghost of Christmas Past. Once again, this book, I'll say the whole thing of this story. It seemed like when they wrote it, they really took the book and just crossed out a couple lines here and there and said it straightforward, reading all the exposition, everything that way. And I thought that was very well done. So most of these books actually are high. But then they were like, let's make it as dark as possible. So when we got to the Ghost of Christmas Past, we got a 4 out of 5 following the book. But the ghost itself was a girl who never spoke. And when you had a girl sitting there who never spoke, and all of a sudden you have this manly voice saying, I am the ghost of Christmas past. It was weird. It was like, I don't even know. And then when we got to the other acting, I know she's a little girl. I know she was, but Fan, when she was saying her lines about asking father to come home and everything, it sounded like she was checking things off. She was literally just reading the line. There was no emotion. There was no inflection. There was no anything. It didn't even seem like she was happy that he was coming home. I'm like, what's the point of this? But anyway, 4 out of 5 on the book, 3 out of 5 on the interpretation. So we have a 7 out of 10 on 7 out of 15 on that one. Then we have the Ghost of Christmas Present. Once again, followed the book pretty well, 4 out of 5 on that one. But the whole thing was just weird. The ghost never really was with Scrooge. I mean, he was like a faded thing that he talked to the camera like this, and I'll get to that later about that whole situation. But just wait on that one. And then the biggest thing was, it was only the Cratchit's house, and there was no line. The signature line from this movie was, God bless us, everyone. And as you saw in the opening, it wasn't here. Huge loss there. You lose everything. 4 out of 5 out of book, 3 out of 10, once again on the interpretation. Then we have the Ghost of Christmas Yet to Come, and I mean, it was just like, we're here, then 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 we're here. And when Scrooge and the ghost are in the room. They're standing there, talking straight at the camera. There's nothing. 4 out of 5, once again, following the book. They hit all the parts, so I can't knock that. But just, wow, 3 out of 10 on the interpretation. Now, here we go, guys. I've been hinting at it the whole review. Now we're going to talk about the cinematography. I'm pretty sure no 2 people were in the room at the same time doing this dialogue. Pretty sure it was looking at the camera. Are there no prisons? Are there no workhouses? Oh, good. I thought that was done. Well, if they'd rather die, they'd better. I'm pretty sure that was the recording. They're like, okay, now let's do this other one. Well, yes, they're still. I wish they weren't. Well, some would rather die. I'm pretty sure that's how it was. And they put it together. There was no connection to where people were looking. There was cutscenes everywhere. Like every time there was a line. Okay, they talk about the workhouses. There's a woman in the workhouse. They talk about her die. There's a graveyard. They were talking about this. There's something else. And they were like 1 or 2 second clips. And there was no continuity and everything. It was just flashback after flashback. There was no flow. Cinematography, 1 out of 10. 1 out of 10. It was really, really awful. It was really awful. It was like it was trying to be too artsy. If you know what I mean by that. I mean, there's artsy, there's really nice, and then there's too artsy where they're trying to get everything. It's like, I'm trying to make a statement. They have to know where I'm making a statement. Blah, blah, blah. It wasn't there. The costumes, they looked too modern. They were not Victorian English. They were almost 20th century everything. So I gave it a 3 out of 10 on that. The music, the opening was like a cross between Carmina Burana and Mozart's Requiem, which really set up the tone of this dark adaptation. But then at times the music was just too much. It was constant. There was not a single time of silence, I don't think, through the whole thing. And it was just like, let's give a bassoon a solo. Let's give the oboe. Let's give all these ominous instruments a solo. And it really, really did take away from the story itself. So a 4 out of 10 on that one. Okay, guys. Whew! We made it. 25 adaptations ranked. Okay, that is the last review of Christmas Carol. And I'll tell you what, guys. I have really enjoyed watching these. The series is not over. There's 2 special episodes coming at the end, so be sure to check those out. But I have enjoyed this. I still absolutely love this story. We have this guy, you know, just so evil, and anybody can have redemption. It's truly the Christmas story of the ages. I still really enjoy it, and I have not gotten tired of it, even with the bad reviews that we've had before this. I will continue to watch these. It is great. So, like I said, be sure to check out the last 2 episodes. There's going to be an awards episode that comes up next, and then I'm going to give you my personal thoughts on a few of them, just kind of musings overall for all of it. Like I said, I've concentrated individual in the videos here, so be sure to check that one out. They'll be coming out the next 2 days. Thank you guys for watching these. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe down there. Once again, stay tuned before and share this. God bless all of you, and that's a wrap.